What is going on? Welcome back to another video. Now in this video we're going to be talking about online trophies. Now online trophies are a pain in the backside for the majority of trophy hunters. We all know that they kind of suck. So in this video what we're going to do is we're going to break down the major cons of online trophies and why we don't really like them at all and why they pretty much shouldn't be on trophy lists. Now I've said we there because I'm joined by Joel, aka GuyFarruski on YouTube, and Michael from PS3GamingScotland. Originally this was a clip from our Platinum Podcast episode 6, which is now our lost episode, which sadly perished due to some technical difficulties, so I only managed to salvage about 20 minutes of the video. So I've taken the best parts of the podcast and I've made it into a couple of videos, so that's what this video is from. So it's a little bit raw because it's from a podcast, so just bear with it, and we do run off on a little bit of a tangent on the end, but that's because it's a podcast and we had some free-flowing conversation. So yeah, please like and subscribe, please check out my guests' YouTube's in the description down below. Don't forget to join my Discord as well if you want to have a dialogue with myself or any of the boys on the podcast or any of my other subscribers. And that's it, enjoy the video. So we're going to talk about online trophies. So what we'll do is I'll just pass the baton and I'll ask each of you what you think of online trophies and how they affect your playing experience or your completionist experience. So Joel, do you want to chime in on your opinion?
I think it's always 50-50 with online trophies, mainly because you don't know if the game is going to die 2 or 3 months later, and then if you've got those trophies that you need for the platinum and they have to be done online, you have to go through the same sort of situation that you went with Resident Evil 6, where you have to find specific people who want to grind it out for you, or just find some kind-hearted people. Also, it kind of hurts gamers who can't afford to buy the game when it's launched, like gamers who wait, like me, a couple of months later for the game to either be reduced or when you can afford the game. And then if you have those online trophies and nobody's playing it, you're kind of stuck, and you most likely are going to struggle to get that platinum, which makes it harder. Not in a good way, makes it harder in the bad way.
Yeah, I agree with that. What about yourself, Michael? Do you have anything to add to that?
Pretty much agree. It's really just relying on other people as well when you're going for the platinum. That can also be quite difficult as well, because you don't know how good or bad they are at the game, and whether. But in saying that though, what I've found is when I have tried to get multiplayer trophies, there's been always people from the community that step in and help. So in terms of a community aspect, I do think it's good in a sense, but also not, because you're relying on other people's skill in some cases.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, I've got trust issues, so I don't like relying on anybody for anything. But no, I agree. I think on what you said there, community-wise, I've been impressed at how people have come in and helped me. So I've needed it recently for mainly Resident Evil 6 and Borderlands 2, and both times someone's come in and made it a lot easier for me. Like in Borderlands 2, it would have taken me an extra 50 hours if I hadn't had somebody come in and help me. Someone came in, they had nothing to gain from it and they helped me out. And then in Resident Evil 6, yeah, they were boosting as well, but that was still an horrendous 50-hour grind. But on Joel, what you just said, I agree with both of you, but you made a point about if you join it late, you're penalised for playing the games later because they die. Even games that are AAA, so even things like, I know Anthem, obviously it's 2 years old now, but that online is just dead. So it's although you don't need the online trophies, you don't need to be online technically to get the trophies, it's a lot easier. And I think now if you went on Destiny 1 for example, you would struggle big style, and basically it's almost unattainable now for Destiny just because of how hard the trophies are. And then you have the risk of the developers closing down the online servers. So
that's
So especially with football games, FIFA, the servers close, and even games that just aren't supported, so you can get AA titles or just games that have been abandoned. So for example, Anthem will be abandoned in the next couple of years because it absolutely flopped and failed, and no one's going to be playing it, and they'll be spending so much money on maintaining it. When they release Anthem 2, they'll probably just destroy it. They want people to forget the game existed. So it's sort of it takes your ability of getting the platinum trophy out of your hands, and you have to rely on other people, you have to rely on the companies to keep them open, And then of course there is the skill stuff as well, and that's not even talking about the skill and talking about the actual trophies, because when you think about the actual trophies, they're always terrible. Like they're not even fun. They're like prestige, skill based ones where it's like, you know, getting so many kills in a row. All this stuff is just so luck based, I found personally. So I mean, Joel, you had to do the Red Dead, for example, one that's come to my head, Red Dead 2, getting, is it MVP 3 times?
Yeah.
Did you struggle with that or not?
A little bit. I managed to get a friend of mine who helped me, and I basically did it on the races.
Right.
So it's kind of cheating, but it's not really cheating. It kind of is. Just ignore the cheating part. Basically, you get a friend, you go into these races, and you have to finish him first to get the MVP. He used to just hang back, let everybody go forward, and then if anybody went out, like, in front of me, he'd just shoot them, and, you know, obviously they'd be eliminated, and then I'd win. But if you don't have that, then you have to genuinely really get good at the game.
Yeah.
And not just that, it's like you said, it's all luck based as well, because you could be really good at the racing games, you could have a really fast horse, and all it takes is one dude that grabs a shotgun, shoots you in the back of the head, and that's it. It's done.
No, I agree. I actually did get this trophy old school.
Oh.
Mad skills. But it took me a long time, and the thing is, I think it took me probably about 6 hours to do. Like, obviously the online's massive, but I did a lot of, like, the daily challenges and stuff, and yeah, I found, like, eventually I got it. And I only play the same game modes to get good at them, but it is skill dependent, because people come in and they're just better than you, and you know, like, if you're only coming in for the trophy as well, you don't dedicate the amount of time that some people do. You know, in Red Dead there's people who are like level 500, people who have probably just been playing Red Dead 10-20 hours a week since it came out, so how can you compete with that level of ability? Or that
let me just add, those people, they have some dedication.
Yeah.
And there was nothing to do in that game when it first came out. What were they doing all day? Like, just hunting? Like, killing police officers?
Yeah, probably.
What were you doing?
Horse races, mate. Shoot people in the back of the head with horses. With guns, even. No, I agree. I feel like, as well, if you dedicate that much time to a game, I feel like it's like there's other games to play, you know? Like, Red Dead 2 is a great game, but there's other games to play.
So have you done, like, everything online? All the trophies online?
Yeah.
Have you done them? So you just need to do the single player?
Single player, yeah. But
you should do that.
No.
I'm going to keep bothering you every single week.
It's like,
you should do. You may as well. You're halfway there.
I'm not, though. I'm really not.
I know.
It's like, it would probably take me 200 hours to finish off that game. It's just like, I have to do all the story missions, which take us 60 hours, and all the collectibles, which is just an obscene amount of collectibles.
A lot of them are like RNG as well, like the rare animals.
Yeah, exactly.
RNG.
Like,
it is time consuming, but wouldn't you want to have Red Dead Redemption 2 in your you know, you got Resident Evil 6, like, you know, at least Red Dead Redemption 2 is a good game.
That's true.
You can enjoy it.
That is true. I mean, I'm playing Ghost Recon Breakpoint at the moment, which is just
an absolute
disgrace.
Why do you do it to yourself?
I did it because both of these are actually the fault of my brother. So my brother only got a PlayStation 4 this year, and he was like, "Oh, let's play all these co-op games." So Ghost Recon, Resident Evil, and they're just garbage. And I'm like, I have to finish them by myself. It's okay for him. He's off borrowing all my games, playing God of War, Spider-Man, Last of Us, and I'm stuck at home finishing Resident Evil 6 by myself. So
wow,
yeah, what a guy. But never mind. So that was the clip from the Platinum Podcast, the Lost episode. Thanks very much for dialing in and watching this video. I appreciate it. Please like and subscribe. As you can tell, we aren't overly fond of online trophies. I don't imagine many trophy hunters are. So yeah, guys, please like and subscribe. Turn on the notification bell to stay up to date with my content. And as always, take it easy.